hosting, man. Yeah. Let's go ahead and transition to Studio One. What's good with y'all, man? What's good with y'all, man? Let me go ahead and get set up and everything like that. Let me go ahead and turn on the encoder for the camera. And yeah, man, I added a couple of things to the overlay screen and everything like that, man. I hope you guys like that, man. By the way, man, the screen that you're looking at, I'm gonna go ahead and get working in Studio One today. Yeah, Studio One, man. We're gonna go ahead and work in Studio One today. Just give me a couple of seconds while I go ahead and get the there we go. All right, cool deal. You guys can see me now. What's good? What's good with y'all, man? Yeah. All right. Go ahead and move the screen down because of what we're going to be doing in Studio One is a little different for us, the overlay or whatnot. So if you're looking at the bottom left corner, some things may be cut off. That's all right. I'm going to go ahead and put y'all right there. All right. That way you guys can see me and I can see you. All right. What's good with y'all, man? We officially going to get started. Sorry about that. But let me go ahead and put that on there. I'm just double checking and doubling, man. Yeah. So today we're going to do is we're going to get in Studio One and start working in Studio One. We're going to make a beat, man. So basically today what we're going to do is we're going to cut some samples. Of course, there's a lot of beat makers out there that, they work in whatever program they use or whatnot. And the tremendous amount of trend that's going on in the music production community is working with samples, you know what I'm saying? And, a lot of people, they have their own way or avenue to cut samples or, get samples into production or however it works for them or whatnot. So this is going to be my first time actually just working with raw audio samples and making a beat in Studio One. Now, I made beats, been trying to wean my way into Studio One being a music production hub for me. I'm always going to be a diehard Ableton Live user or whatnot, especially since I got a replace push. You know what I'm saying? We still going to keep that going. But every now and then Ableton Live gets a little tired and stuff like that. So, I like to explore different music production software or whatnot. So Studio One came across, played around with it, love it, and everything like that, along with the Atom, the fader port, and a MIDI keyboard. That's all you really need with Studio One as of right now, until they come out with something a little bit better for us controllers wise or whatnot. But this will be my first time actually making something fully in Studio One live on any type of social media and working with audio samples. So what I mean by that is we're going to drag audio samples in there and they're not going to be synced to the tempo. We're going to really have to do some work in here. So this is going to be probably a good long hour and 30 something minutes, if not 45 minutes. But we're definitely going to turn that off, man. And, right at the 2 hours is going to be our cutoff point. But we're going to try to come up with something, okay? So y'all ride with me, learn something new while I learn something new in Studio One as well, man. So what we're going to do is let me go grab my handy dandy clock and we're going to get started. All right, cool deal. So this is the clock I normally use to kind of keep time with, different projects and whatnot. Amazon, little rotary dial. You got a red tick when it comes back and ticks off. You hit a little chime or whatnot. So this is how we're going to keep time and everything like that. We're going to go ahead and put this on 60 minutes. We'll know that's an hour. We'll take a break after an hour. And we'll get started, man. So we're right at 60 minutes. So let's go ahead and get started, man. So basically what I had to do to set this up for you guys is I had to basically find the tempo for the type of tracks we're going to work with today. Now, you see, this is what I like about Studio One. Everything is kind of well thought out. You have a little section right here to add notes to your tracks for things that you have to come back for. So on this particular track that you see right here, all right, you guys can see that. Let me go ahead and get out of mixed view. You'll see I have a bass track. Basically, these are audio clips or samples or whatnot that I had to go and find a tempo. Because of what I'm going to show you or whatnot. So I had to go in here and premeditate this. But it's still going to be live or whatnot. but I had to premeditate this or whatnot. So I'm gonna show you how I did that and got to this point right here, because I had to have a starter, you know what I'm saying, something to actually, you know, saying, hey, okay, this is the tempo that you're gonna need to be without wasting you guys' time or whatnot. So what we're gonna do is now if you working in Studio One, you want to find, you know what I'm saying, audio loops or whatnot. And I'm gonna slip my glasses on here because I can't see. Studio One text is a little small. So when you're working in Studio One, wherever you got your samples at, you know what I'm saying, we're on this side. Okay, I'm in my sound arsenal. That's the name of my hard drive, sound arsenal. Okay, now I got a folder with all my sample loops and stuff like that. So I'm gonna highlight that folder. Okay, once I highlight that folder, now you can go search for any type of sounds that you have in your arsenal. But I know I got to look for this particular sample folder right here in green right here. So what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and hit this magnifying tool. Now this magnifying tool is gonna search in the folder. It's gonna tell you right up here. You probably can't see that because of the graphical overlay, but it's gonna say search in sample loops backup folder. Okay, and what I'm gonna basically do is to search in a keyword. All right, so I'm gonna search my keyword in there. Hit enter. All right, it's gonna pull up what I'm looking for. I go ahead and navigate to that, and now it's just gonna focus on that right there. Now, when I double click on that, of course, it's gonna bring it back to the mother folder and everything like that. So I found what I'm looking for. We're ready to go. All right, cool deal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag in the wave file, okay, that we're basically gonna go off. Now, this ain't nothing new to anybody. Everybody uses loops, okay. Let's just be real with it. You watch your favorite producer on YouTube tutorials and they're using loops. So this is basically for the beginner out there that's using loops, that don't know how to really create, from the drums to the bass line to the melodies and so forth and so on. I'm kind of gonna show you how my method, excuse me, my method is. Someone's method may be a little bit different, but this is gonna be my method right here. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna play this loop, and I'm gonna let you guys listen to this. I'm gonna go ahead and loop this for you all. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna throw off the tempo. Actually, no, we're not. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna throw off the tempo and let you guys check that out. You're gonna see what I'm talking about. Here we go. All right, cool deal. So what you have to do, let's say for instance, this loop right here was in the wrong spot. All right. So we put it at 120. Okay. Now, hypothetically speaking, that's going to be the default. Not hypothetically. It is going to be the default if you don't change your tempo and personas, right? All right, cool deal. So by default, when you drag a tempo into Studio One, it's going to be at 120 or whatever that tempo is set when you create the session in Studio One. So we're going to pretend when we open up Studio One, it was set at 120. Okay. I got the instance going on and everything like that. Make it, you know, get the vibe and everything. All right. Cause it's going to be nice. All right. So 120, let's say you open up, you created your session in Studio One. 120 is the tempo. Okay. When you drag a loop in Studio One, be mindful it's going to attach to the tempo that you drag, you know what I'm saying, or the tempo that's already in Studio One. So even though this loop, it may be at 105 BPM, when you drag it into Studio One, it's going to attach to Studio One's original tempo when the session is created. To get around that, we're going to pretend, now I changed it for you guys, but we're going to pretend this clip that you're seeing was at 120, but the original tempo of this clip is at 105. What you have to do is, number one, make sure that your track that you drag in there is on tempo time stretch right here in the top left corner. All right, right here. Yeah, you guys can see that right here. Tempo, and you'll have three things you can do. Don't follow, and time stretch. Make sure it's in time stretch. Okay, double check that first. The next thing you want to do is right click on the sample or the wave file, and you want it to be set to the original tempo. So we know, you know what I'm saying, the tempo for this particular file is 105, okay? Because I had to come in here and find the tempo. So in that case, if you already know the tempo of the audio, or you had your magical way of tapping the tempo in on another device, a mobile device, however you tap your tempo and find it, you want to change the tempo in your session first. So we know the tempo of this wave file is 105. So let's change the tempo in Studio One to 105. Cool. Now we did that, but the file tempo for the audio file is still at 120. Check out what happens. We get a slower tempo because it is adjusting, it's following the tempo, okay? So what we have to do on this file, we have to change it from 120 to 105. Now, once you change it to 105 on the wave file, you'll see it kind of shrink, or, you know what I'm saying, make its adjustment for us the length of the wave file. Now you're synced up to Studio One and you're ready to go. You know what your tempo is or whatnot. So always be mindful when you're creating your session in Studio One, you have to check off audio files, follow tempo. When you're about to drag a tempo, or excuse me, when you're about to drag a wave file into Studio One, regardless of what your tempo is, make sure you finalize that tempo of whatever sample that you're about to put into Studio One, because your shit is just not gonna sync up. It's not like Ableton Live where you can go put it, just drag something in there and it's automatically gonna fit and it's gonna be off just a little bit. You gotta make these little changes, or you can go into warp mode and move it. I don't think Studio One got there yet, but they have everything capable of, but it's just not there yet. Okay, so you have to make sure that your file, your session tempo in Studio One is set to whatever the audio sample that you're gonna be working in. And once you drag that into Studio One, it's going to be by the default sample that you created first in the session. Then you have to go in the file tempo when you right click on the audio clip and change the tempo there. Why you have to do that, I don't know. But it takes you about 5 minutes to get shit rolling in here. So that's why I had to do this first on the bass track. And I just wanted to show you guys that as a example. So now when we play it with the click track, let's play it back one more time. And it's not cut. So that's another tutorial we're going to do right here. Check this out. All right. So the audio sample, it feels like it's on tempo, right? But it's not cut right. Okay. So we already tapped the tempo in when we previewed it, right? Or we knew it was 105. We made the change in the session. We made the change on the wave file. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and find the first downbeat of this wave file. Now, if you guys are old school Pro Tools users back in the day, there's a one function that kind of carried over into Studio One, and that's the tab to transient. Tab to transient. So when you hit the tab button on whatever wave file you selected, it's going to highlight. When you hit tab to transient, it's going to go to every transient on your keyboard. Yeah, just hit tab. Watch this. Tab. Oh, let's actually put it to the beginning. All right, cool deal. Now watch the screen at the bottom right here. You probably can't see it because of my thing or whatnot. My picture is in the way, but check this out. Tab. All right. Tab again. Okay. On tab again. Oh, you see it jump right here? First transient. You see how that peak is right here? Okay. Tab again. Watch this. Every time I hit tab, transient right there. Tab, transient right there. We know this is transient, right? I hope you guys know what a transient is. It's always going to be a hard attack on a wave file. It's normally going to look like this. It's going to look like a peak in the wave file. Now, you see this one right here at 3.3 bars and beats? Watch this. It took me about 6 clicks to get to this tab. So tab the transient is always going to find the transient of the wave file. That is the absolutely best feature you can have in any DAW to find where you need to cut the sample at. So we're going to go back. I'm going to hit play at the beginning of this wave file to determine where we need to cut at the downbeat. All right, let's go. So right there, when all the guitars come in and that bass coming, room, and where the bum 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 bum, the piano come in, that's gonna be our downbeat, room, right there. So let's play that one more time. Right there. So what we're gonna do is again tab the transient function, boom, boom. We seen it right there. You guys probably can't see it because my video overlay is over that, but I'm gonna help you guys out. So basically, let me do this right here. Let me go ahead and bring this to extra large and blow this up right quick so you guys can see it. All right. So we're gonna go here. All right. I hope you guys can see that. I tab right here, but I'm looking for, this is my transient. This is where I need to cut it off right here at. Hit tab again. You saw that jump? Oh, it jumped again. Right there. That's where I want to cut it. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my cut tool. Bam. All right, we're gonna go ahead and erase this piece right here. We can always bring that back with the arrow tool. Now, this is gonna be my start of the downbeat. Bring it back to 1 and watch, it's gonna play with the click. Let's go. Little off, but that's okay. So these type of tracks are meant to be off beat. It's not going to be 100%, but the tab to transient definitely helped us out, because if you didn't know that, you'd be like, fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, God damn, you know what I'm saying? I can't get it right. And you can definitely eyeball this on this right here, man. We already know that's the tab right there. So what we could do is, this is when we zoom in more, we'll find, oh no, that's actually the downbeat right there. So we're going to go back right there. Yeah, yes. So let's go ahead and tab the transient one more time. Go ahead and oh, okay. You want to be difficult? All right, do it one more time. Right there. All right, just one tab and we found it. Hopefully that'll tighten up the tempo just a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and insert a cut there. All right. And once we able to cut that, we can go ahead and cut that off right there. It didn't want to cut for us because it's such a little, it always going off the snap to grid. So let's turn that off. We turned off snap to grid so we can make this tiny cut right here. Boom, there it is. All right. Now I'm gonna slide that into the 1 position. Let's go ahead and zoom out. Let's play it to the tempo one more time. Now you hear it, you know what I'm saying? Everything sounds like it's on time. All right, cool deal. So tab the transients is how we had to establish the tempo, make sure that this mother loop whatnot is actually on time. And then all the other sample stems that's coming in the sample folder will fall into place, okay? And we have to do the same thing on the individual samples. So we're gonna use this as a reference, okay? All right. Now, I'm using the sample folder, and what it does, it gives you a composition, like an overall composition of the instruments, and then it gives you a stem folder, and it has all the breakdowns of the instruments that you're hearing in this one particular sample. Okay, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and just go back to our normal view, and we're gonna keep that mute, and we're gonna just play the bass line. So this is the bass line that I already cut up, just as for reference. All right, cool deal. So that's that right there. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring in another bass line that they have. This one right here is gonna be called the bass dub. All right. So I'm gonna basically bring that in. All right. Now, what I told you guys, when you're bringing this in, we're going to see what that tempo is, okay? So we're going to see what that tempo is. It's not set. You get this a lot of times, too. So you have to set the tempo in there. So what you do is double click in there, 105. Once we set it to 105, we should be okay. Now, this is going to be the hard part right here. All right. Now, when you got stuff that's missing and you're trying to line it up, it's like, do I want to do all of that? You listen to it. Now, it's a bass dub and it's made to be over the bass, but do you really need it? Nah, we're not going to even use that. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of that one right there. All right. Get rid of that whole track, period. All right. Now, let's go and see what the bills. All right. We got some bill sounds in here. All right. Now, peek out. We're going to peek the play, man. We're going to peek the play. So we're going to set that tempo once again, 105. All right, cool deal. So we're going to set that at 105. All right. And we're going to go back. So it sounds like it's pretty much on point. All right, cool deal. So we got that pretty much set. So what we're going to do is just going to drag that right there. And what we're doing is we're just setting up the loop. We're setting up our loop so we can do our drums and everything like that, right? So let's play that all together. So we hear it is a little off. It's okay. It's all right. It's cool. It's cool. We're going to use the same thing I told you guys before. Tab the transient. So what we're going to do is we're going to tab first transient, all right? All right, cool deal. We're going to take that off of snap to grid. We're going to zoom in. We're going to tab that right there. All right. We're going to move that to the 2. We know the 2 is on one of our down beats right there. So we're going to snap that into 2. Turn on our snap grid again and bring that out so we can retain that transient right here, okay? All right. So once we do that, now we should be on point. And one more time. And right there. All right, cool deal. So we named that out. We good on that part. All right, so we're going to just bring that back right there for looping purposes. All right, next thing we want to do, we're going to check out what this DX7 is. Maybe some type of electronic keys or whatnot. So we're going to go ahead and drag that in there. We got a little difficulty here. All right, so we know this right here, we definitely got to use our ears and pay attention to set this up. Go ahead and come back. Now we're going to go ahead and set our tempo, 105. Everything is not set. Now, this is a hard sample folder. It's not like any other sample folder that you work with. These are actually instrument stems. So they don't give you the tempo in the folder. You basically have to work some skills in there or whatnot. So that I figured this would be a good teaching tool right here. So we're going to go ahead and set that tempo right here. All right. And we're going to go ahead and play that back. All right, cool deal. Now, because this is a pad, you have to find a transient in this particular sound right here to know, like, okay, damn, bro, like, yeah, we need to cut right here, there, a third or whatnot. So I found it right here around 3.3 is where we can make a difference. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get in here, and we're gonna turn off our snap to grid. We're gonna go ahead. We got a cursor close to 3.3. I'm gonna put it on the third measure. We're gonna tab to this little point right here. All right. All right, cool deal. Let's go ahead. Tab, 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 tab. Right there. All right. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. You can see it's off just a hair. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go switch to our razor tool one more time, a little cut tool. We're gonna zoom in real tight and catch it right there. I think that's the point right there. Yeah. All right, cool deal. We're gonna zoom out. We're gonna go erase this part right here. Now we're gonna move that to 3.3. Just a little movement. because we want to because we found that one transient to be a down point, okay, a downbeat. So once we do that, we're gonna go ahead and play it back just to confirm that it sounds right. Right? Cool. All right, cool deal. Now, the beauty part about this particular sound, it has another 8 bars of measures of sound. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut off at the 9 bar or right at 9th bar, right after the 8 bar. Now, what we'll do is we got 2 parts we can work with later on when we're arranging. So we're going to go ahead and just right click and change this clip color. That way we know, okay, we got 2 different parts going on right here, okay? As I zoom out, you guys should see right here. You know what I'm saying? We got 2 parts. So just like the bass part, we got 2 parts within the 8 bar measure. So it kind of gives a little flexibility when we arrange it. Okay, cool deal. Once we got that, we got a guitar part. Now we got a DX7 copy. Let's see what this is right here. May have to do the same thing. Depends on what it's working with. I don't like to use everything in a sample folder. I just like to, yeah, it's basically the same right here or whatnot. Let's just play this for shits and giggles. So yeah, it's basically kind of doing the same shit or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? It's just repeated afterwards or whatnot. So what we could do, I could tell y'all this. What we can do is highlight this part right here, this purple part. And we know, let me get out that scratch pad. All right, so we know right here. So right there when it goes, we know that is a transient, right? Again, take out the snap. We're going to go ahead and set the tempo to 105. Double click in there, 105. All right, cool deal. Now, I'm going to start speeding up, so I hope you guys can catch on what I'm doing. And we're going to do this. We got maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got maybe like 5 more sounds we have to do. This is the sucky part about Studio One and working with samples. It's not like Ableton Live where I can go in there, warp it up, and I'll be done. Like I would have been done with all those sounds, but in Studio One, it's a little delicate process or whatnot. So that's okay though, man. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our cursor right here. We're going to go ahead and tab the transient. Hope you guys can see that. Yes, you can. So, right there. One more time. Right there. I think that's the transient right there. Let's do it one more time. Right there. I think that's it right there. So what we're going to do is going to use our cut tool. We're going to zoom in all the way. Cut right there. All right, cool deal. We're going to go ahead and get our eraser tool. Bring that back right there. We know this cut should be on 5.3 right there. We're going to zoom back out. Bring everything back out. All right, back out to 1. And we should be good to go. We'll go ahead and trim that up right there at 9. All right, cool deal. And scratch pad. I hate that feature, man. I hate it. So it basically what it is, it does what it do. All right. Now what I can do to minimize tracks, I'm gonna go ahead and merge these 2 together. All right. So what I'm gonna do is put back on my snap to grid function. All right. And I'm gonna bring this in right here. I'm gonna cut this little part off right there, because I know I'm about to merge this. Now watch me work. All right, now we're gonna merge this together. Oh my God, Rich, what you did? I ain't did nothing, man. What we're gonna do is, we're gonna use the crossfade. I'm gonna create a crossfade X on the keyboard shortcut, and all we're gonna do is, boom, right there. Now I'm pointing here, but right here where my mouse cursor is, you'll see where the second part comes in at. Let me zoom that back out. So right here where my cursor is, we're going to go ahead, zoom that out right there until the end point of the first audio file is right there, right when I can see it. So let's go ahead and try it out. So what we can do now, so you heard it cut off, right? Cool deal. Now that was just to show you. Sometimes your crossfades, if it has silence, it's going to take the silent part first, especially when it's going into the end part. So we're going to bring that back down. Right there is our crossfade. It should be like that. Just a little bit right there. Go ahead and do the crossfade again, blend it out, and we should be good to go. Yeah, there we go. X shortcut, and we should be all right. There it is. Cool beans. So we got that established. All right, cool. So that does it with the DX70 samples. Let's move on to the guitars. So we got a main guitar part right here. We're going to go ahead and drag in. Cool. Now we're going to get rid of this track because for labeling purposes. All right, cool. So we got that done. Now we're looking at the guitar part. Again, we got good transients in this particular sound. We already know you can eyeball that and be like, okay, right here is a transient, right? Let's go ahead and zoom back out. Look at your overall wave file again. Like, all right, cool. Yeah, that's gonna be my downbeat. That's a hard transient right there. You feel me? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and set that tempo once more. 105 is the tempo we working with. Once we set that tempo, got our cursor where we want it. We're gonna go ahead and zoom in. All right, cool deal. All right, you guys can see what I'm doing right there. Hit tab the transient. Boom, right there. We not wasting any time. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and go. That was on the second one. Let me go to the first one. I'm so sorry about that, guys. All right, still see what I'm doing. I'm gonna throw off my cursor just a little bit. Tab the transient right there. Cool deal. So we're gonna go ahead and cut that. We're gonna turn off our snap to grid. Get it right there. And when you're not on snap to grid, you'll see like where your cut tool line is. You want it to be where that line just kind of like it disappears and kind of blends in with the original one. That cut button right there. Zoom back out. We're gonna go ahead to our erase tool. Boom, right there. Once more, we're gonna drag this, put back on our snap to grid feature. Drag that on the two. Bring that back out. Now you're on time. Let's check it out. Yeah. Now it may sound like it's off to you because again, they're using real instruments. Everything is not going to be on the 1 or the 2 or the 3. You know what I'm saying? So how you double check that? If you have good internal tempo, good. That means you've been playing instruments all your life. But if you need help, always turn on the click, man, and hit the play button. Yes, sir. That's it right there. So we got a guitar copy. So what we're gonna do is gonna drag that into the second track. Again, once more, I'm gonna start speeding up on you guys. All right, because we already burned 30 minutes just trying to set this up. Ain't that something? That's why it's kind of like Studio One is like, you need to pay attention to what other dolls are doing out there. All right, cool deal. So we got that established. We got another guitar track. Let's look at the overall guitar track. All right, cool. We got some nice transients going on. All right, cool deal. So what we want to do is, and look, we got a second part we can use. All right, cool deal. So that's always a good plus right there. Now what we're gonna do is again, turn off snap the grid. Go ahead and go right here. Hit tab the transient. Oh, did we establish? See, I'm messing up. We didn't establish our tempo yet. 105. Cool deal. Now we can go ahead and get to cut and tab the transient. Bam, right there. Go ahead and get our cut tool. We're going right. Yeah. Just had it. There you go, right there. All right, cool deal. Get the eraser tool, erase that out. Go ahead and move that to 3.3. Snap that into place. Now, the further you zoom in, it's going to kind of, it's going to snap to whatever the beat is or whatnot. Just FYI. Okay. All right. So we're going to drag that back out. We already know that's legit. We're going to go ahead and get our eraser tool. We're going to cut that at 9. And we already know we got another part to play with. Right click, change that clip color. Boom. There you go right there. So we setting ourselves up for a good ass play right here to have some more stuff to kind of like arrange with and everything like that. Excuse me, y'all. Let me go ahead and get that out of there. All right, cool deal. All right, cool deal. So it's starting to shape out. We starting to get something. Let's go ahead and play and see what we got. All right, bet. So we sounded good. We looking good. We got 2 more sounds, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and bring in the piano sound, or whatnot. And if you're joining in on the tutorial, Hook Assassin checking in. What's going on? Los the King. What's good with y'all, man? What's good? What's good, bro? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Los the King. Los _D _King. Rucker 337. Shout out to y'all, man. Yeah. Go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, interact with the chat room or whatnot. Alrighty. Go ahead and do that right there. You guys probably can see over my screen. Got a chat box. Yeah, I had to clean up my channel just a little bit, y'all. Or whatnot, man. But so the chat box will disappear or whatnot, man. All right, cool deal. So what we're gonna do now, we got a piano. Judging by the audio file, I'm gonna give y'all some audio nerd shit. All right. I got my nerd glasses on and everything. Judging by the audio file, it's a stereo file, right? Now you see the solid line right here. Let me see. Yeah, so there's a line right here. All right, you can see that line. That means this piano was hard panned to the right. Most of the time when you're looking at the stereo file, the audio wave display at the top is going to represent left, and the one at the bottom is going to represent right. So we already know, looking at this stereo file, is hard panned to the right. Okay. So we got all that missing. Okay. So we got to rely on looking at the bottom display. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and check out this piano and see if it falls on the 1 downbeat or we have to cut it somewhere else. All right, let's play it. So it sounded like that piano fell on the downbeat. So what we got to do is zoom in. And let me go ahead and make this adjustment because it's on the downbeat for you guys. All right, cool deal. You guys can see that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it up here. All right. So this is on the downbeat right here. So what we got to do is we're going to set our cursor a little bit before this little wave file right here. Going to go ahead and establish our tempo real quick. It's not set yet. So again, we found the tempo at 105. We're going to set all our wave files at 105. 105. I hate doing this because this takes a long time. Studio One, you got to get this shit straight, man. This is not fun, especially for a sample-based producer. All right, cool deal. So once we set our tempo, we hit tab to transit, bam, right there. Not wasting any time. We're gonna go ahead and turn snap to grid off. We're gonna zoom in. We're gonna cut it right there. Boom. All right, once we make our cut, you already know, delete what's in front. Move it right there where it needs to be at. You may have to zoom in again. We'll put it on the one measure, 3rd beat. All right. We're going to snap that one more time. Let's snap that because we're working with we had to zoom in real good on that. All right. So it snapped in right there on the 1.3. Zoom back out. All right. Once we zoom back out, we're going to move that all the way to 1 and see how this plays. There we go. All right, cool deal. All right, cool deal, man. Now, the last audio file, man, I'm going to go ahead and shrink that back down to the normal look. Y'all see, we working with something, all right? Now, we got a second part past the 8 bars. We're going to go ahead and cut that. All right, folks. We're going to cut that. We're going to recolorize that second part. It's going to pick any color. Now we shaped up. We got 3 sounds we can add in the second part for arranging purposes, right? Cool deal. And I'm gonna fuck your head up here pretty soon. But we got last sound. It says vibes. I don't know what the hell that may be. So we're gonna drag it in there. Now we can preview it, but you know what I'm saying, it's a teacher tool. All right, cool deal. So again, you'll see the wave file. We got some hard transits going on. Look like this transit right here starts on the 2. And looks like everything is there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and blow this back up for you guys. I'm sorry about that camera angle. It's just no way to fit everything on the screen and whatnot, man. But we're gonna zoom in extra large. We're gonna zoom in right there. We're gonna take off the snap to grid. We're going to highlight this track. But before we do that, we got to set the tempo. Yes, sir. 105. All right. Now we're going to set that cursor right there. Tab the transit. Bam. All right. We got that much going on. Go ahead and cut right there. Go ahead and erase. Zoom out. Make sure everything's straight. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move this to 2. But before we do that, make sure you snap the grid. Feature is on. Once that's on, drag it all the way out to 1. Test out what you got. All right, cool deal. Okay. Sound like bills that was gated out. Just ear candy. That's all they did. All right, cool deal. So we had that established. All right, cool deal. After about 35 minutes, Studio One, you better get with it, baby. Especially on, you know what I'm saying, dragging audio samples in there, because it shouldn't take this long. Even if I wasn't on a tutorial, still probably would have taken me about 10 to 15 minutes to get this, you know what I'm saying, arranged out and cut and everything like that. And this is not no way to work. Not if you're gonna compete with, you know, the Fruity Loops and the Logics and the Ableton Lives out here or whatnot. They need to work on that ASAP. Okay, so that's enough of me ranting about that. I'm gonna go ahead and change their color, whatnot. All right, cool deal, man. So we finally got all our sounds. We can start getting busy. Okay, now when we zoom out, you'll see that we got all our audio tracks right here. We got our drum track right there at the top. That way we can start adding some drums. We got our main reference track right here. Okay, but we probably won't need that anymore. But I'm going to keep that in there just in case we need it for a reference. And I'm going to go ahead and turn down the audio on that one. I'm going to turn that fader down. All right, cool deal. Once we turn the fader down on the first track, we got all of these. Now, all this stuff that's in the second part, we're going to go ahead and trim that and make sure that all is coming right there at the end of the second part. And we're going to change all of these colors. Yes, we're going to go ahead and change all of these colors. All right. That way we'll know, hey, this is the second part. So we're going to go ahead and go into one of my favorite colors, red. All right. So once we got red established, we'll know, hey, that's the second part. So we're going to go ahead and just move that shit out of the way. Let's go ahead and just move that way back here. We're going to line it up, make sure it's on line. Now we're just working with this 8-bar loop we got right here. All right. We got the bass, bells, some type of keyboard pad, 2 guitar sounds, 1 keyboard, and another type of bell sound. Let's see how that all sounds. All right, cool deal. So once we have established that right there, now what we're going to do is we have the ability now to speed up the tempo like we want to. All right. So basically, check it out. Now, Studio One, they had their playback engine on speeding up the tempo while the song is playing is not up to par. So you may hear a glitch. You on your end, when you're practicing on your own, you may feel a glitch, but all it's doing is trying to catch up all the audio to conform to the tempo change. So we're going to speed this up a little bit and see what we're getting. See what I'm talking about? Ooh, that's nasty. So let's bring that back one more time, man. We're going to set it at 130, man. Let's set it at 130, see what we get. Yeah. Now you got things going on. Now this is where it's a good teaching tool. We're going to put that back down to 105. We got some audio samples that's not been set, such as the bass. So you probably heard things. You probably didn't see the so let me make that change, okay? Now look at the top left corner. Now when I adjust the tempo, you'll notice the keys. You'll notice that DX7 copy is moving too. So we got a couple of samples that's not tempo synced, okay? So what we got to do is we got to go in here and set the tempo on these individual clips. Look how they kind of accordioning with each other. The pink is blending into the green, and all it's doing is time stretching. But the tempo is not set to the original tempo. So we're going to go ahead and put that back on 105. All right. Now let's go ahead and set the tempo on the bass. The green bass audio and the pink audio. And that's set at 105. All right. Now, when we make that adjustment, and let's double check this one right here as well. That's set at 105. This one is set at 105. So we should be good. We should be good. All right. We should be good. Let's go ahead and do this right here. I noticed something right here. Let's bring that back to 105 right there. And that right there. All right. Now let's make our tempo change once more. No tempo change. Good job. Good job. So we're going to set that back at 130 and get us a test one more time. Yeah. Everything feels right now. Yeah. Everything's feeling right now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, cool deal. Now we have the freedom to change the tempo the way we want to. I'm going to stick with 130, but you guys, you know what I'm saying, you can do whatever you want to with your stuff. We're going to go ahead and get rid of the browse window and whatnot. Actually, we're going to keep that open because I want to show you guys some more things about how to try to find audio samples in Studio One. So now we got that rolling, man. We want to add some shit to this, okay? All right. Now, we could go in here and do some accompanying instruments and whatnot, but, you know what I'm saying, this is a tutorial. You know what I'm saying? My channel is set up to be a teaching tool, not to sit up here and showboat about making beats or whatnot. So what I showed you right now is how you have to go the long way to add samples into Studio One to make a beat around it, but you have to find the tempo in there as well. Now, I could have just easily just loaded up Serato sample and, you know what I'm saying, made my chops in there and, you know, made the adjustment for us the tempo and Serato sample and just been done with it. That's the easy way. I'm showing you guys the hard way. This is the manual way to do it when you're dealing with audio samples in Studio One. So we did all of that. I showed, you know, we wasted about 30 to 40 minutes showing you guys on how to drag your audio sample in there, making sure that your tempo is set in the session. Then you got to go on each individual audio clip, set the tempo according to the session tempo. Then you go in there, cut everything, line everything up, boom. See? You see what I'm saying? I could have just did that in Serato sample. We could have been like halfway done with this beat already. But I wanted to show you guys the hard way, the long way, and whatnot, man. So we're going to go ahead and start working with some drums. All right, cool deal. Now, if you like the bass, cool. If you want to add an 808 in there, you can. You know what I'm saying? But we'll make that determination. But we're going to be a little different. So we're going to go ahead and mute the bass. We're going to add an 808 in there to give it more modern sound. Now, let's get to the drums. All right, cool deal. We're gonna use Impact XT today, or whatnot. So we have this kind of like this dirty vibe drums, right? We have kind of like it's almost like a chill vibe or whatnot. So we want to find drums that kind of gonna complement that or whatnot. So we're gonna go ahead and jump over to my drum folder. Woo! Look at all them samples. God damn, bro. Man, don't y'all know I spent like a day and a half just arranging samples around, backing up on my G drive and everything. Like, man, it's hey man, being a producer ain't easy, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, it's so much shit you got to keep up with, whatnot, man. All right, cool deal, man. But what we're gonna do though, for real, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go to this we're gonna go to this folder right here. We're gonna go ahead and get some boom bap type of drums or whatnot, man. Let's see here. I never worked with these. Yeah, I'm looking for a particular. I know where I'm gonna go. Goddamn. Yeah, I know where I'm gonna go. No, it's in Dope Boy Fresh. Yeah. So I got a folder I call Dope Boy Fresh drums, and basically this is like drum kits full of Dope Boy type of drums. You know what I'm saying? They real thick drums, and they got like a, you know what I'm saying, they have that vibe to it, you know, that dope boy shit, that southern sound, you know what I'm saying? So we're going into this one right here. All right. And we want to go ahead and load up everything, make sure this wave file start. Yeah, there we go. So we're gonna start previewing some of these sounds. So we're gonna go ahead and load up a clap right here. Make sure we get. All right. All right, cool. Deal. Cool deal. So I'll go ahead and I'm gonna change that clap out. Now in Impact, now I'm still learning Studio One, so everything from this point I'm learning as well. But what I found out in Impact, you can actually change the sample right here in the in the instrument itself. So that's a time saver trying to go over here and then go over there, go over here, go over there, type of shit. So we're gonna head and change that right quick. All right, let's go ahead and hit play. Deal. So we're gonna kick with that clap. We're gonna keep with that clap right there. We're gonna go ahead and find a snare sound next. So we're gonna go here. I like that snare sound. Something about that snare sound right there. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Oh, so we may not have to use a clap at all. We may not have to do that at all. We're gonna go ahead and override that. Gonna turn that sound down for you guys. Making sure everything sounds right. Okay, yeah. So that bass line really kind of throws everything off. Let's go ahead and record that right quick, man, so we can just get something to kick it off with, man. Here we go. All right. So we got something started. Now, the way you kind of quantize in Studio One, it's a little awkward, but it works. You know what I'm saying? So what we're going to do is going to highlight everything we got. You see this Q button right here at the top? Yeah, y'all could barely see it right here. Y'all probably won't be able to see my MIDI notes a little bit, but if you hit the Q button, that is kind of like your quantize menu. Now you'll see something right here where it'll say range. Yeah, you guys can see that. It'll say range right there, man. So what you want to do is you want to set your range at a certain point. So let's say I didn't want to quantize that at about 100%. I could bring it down to about 80% of quantization. I just adjust the range to 80% and I hit apply. And now it's going to quantize my notes. Not 100%, but 80%. Yeah, you can hear it's off a little bit, and I want it that way. All right, cool. So we got something rolling right now. We got something. Now we can start looking for some hi-hats right now. Now, normally I would go to something like IK Multimedia or pull up some type of drum sounds, but I'm gonna see what they got going on in this particular drum folder. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and see if we can grab this hi-hat loop. Now, this is what I found out about Impact. You can adjust the hi-hat loop and everything. So you heard that hi-hat loop, right? I like that. So all right, so I'm gonna get that downbeat right here that was in the middle. So all I'm gonna do is adjust the start marker or loop thing, whatever, right here. Adjust that start. Now you notice it's still in loop mode, right? So you gotta adjust the end point and just get basically right there where it's just focusing in on. Now this is old school sampling right here. So in the new school form. So basically we want to adjust that right there. Notice it's not sampling. It's just now I turned that loop into a one shot. All right. Now what I can do, I think I could copy that. Yes, I can copy that pad. I think I can, add it over here or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I think you can. I'm not exactly sure. I think you can though. But anyway, it goes though, man. That's it right there. All right. Now I'm gonna bring that same loop onto this one right here. Okay. There we go. All right, and I'm gonna find another part of the hi-hat loop I want to get. I'm gonna get that, so that upbeat right there. We're gonna go ahead and focus on that. We're gonna adjust our end loop about right here. All right. I'm cutting off the downbeat just a little bit. The transient. Yeah, I was cutting out that transient just a little bit. Zoom back out. Now I'm doing all my zooming with the mouse. So if you're curious. All right. All right. So. All right, cool deal. So you'll notice there's a little thud in there. Now we're going to use this pad and we're going to go ahead and filter that off. So we're going to go and do a high pass filter. All right, hold on a second now. I don't want to do the, let's see here. Oh, nah, 3. There we go. Turn it on right quick. So you hear that thud? I'm going to go ahead and just filter that out. I'm going to add a little resonance in there. So we can get that. I'm focusing on how real hi-hat would slam when it go tss, tss. I want that kind of like I want that sound. So I'm using resonance to add that in there and furthermore filter out. Right there. All right. And then we're going to add a little drive to it. Yeah, make it a little thicken up. Let's chop off or cut off a little bit more. Come back down on the resin. Yeah, there we go, right there. Now this one right here, we're definitely gonna cut that off. Go ahead and bring that on a high pass filter. About right there. All right, cool deal. Now I'm gonna let me do this right quick, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this night light off. My screen kind of like it adjusts to the time, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and turn it off right now. Yeah, and so it takes out the blue light that makes up the colors and whatnot. It goes more of an amber, but it actually shows on the stream as well. All right. So we here. We at the point right now where we can start adding some hi-hats. Now that's a little too strong, so we're gonna back off on the gain of that one just a little bit. And I think we're gonna go ahead and filter that out just a little bit more. There we go. Now they sound uniform. All right, let's go ahead and play it out. So that one hi-hat is really strong. So we're going to back off on the drive on that right there because I want to make it real subtle. So. Now, one more other thing I want to tell you guys about the hi-hat. We want to listen to where it sits in the stereo field. So we're going to go ahead and pan these hi-hats. So let's play it one more time. Sounds good in my left ear. All right, let's go ahead and record, man. All right, cool deal. Let's do that. Let's do that. Now, we're going to go ahead and set our pre-record. This little button right here, that's going to be our pre-count for our pre-record. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Cool deal, man. So we did that right there and it went on ahead and all right, so let me tell y'all about Studio One once again. All right, so when you got it on loop, you got to take loop off of it because it'll loop back instead of it doing like a record dub. And I'm new to Studio One, so if I'm overlooking something, let me know. But you know what I'm saying, you have to take the loop off. All right, so what we're gonna do is gonna take that loop off and try that again. All right, cool deal. So we're gonna go ahead and stop it right there. Took the loop off, and we're gonna go ahead and highlight those notes. And again, we want to quantize that at about 50%. That way we have a humanized feel to it. Go ahead and hit apply, and let's see how that sounds. Let's go ahead and undo that and let's apply a little bit more quantization at 80%. All right. Yeah. So that sounds pretty good. Let's go ahead and loop that. Found the corporate. We got a note that's off. So let's go ahead and fix that right quick. All right. Now this view that you're looking at is kind of like the rhythm view or the drum view. And if you wanted to look at it by notes, you can go ahead and choose it. And, you know what I'm saying, you got the piano view. But we're going to look at the drum view. And that makes an hour right there, folks. That makes an hour right there, man. So we're going to keep on moving. We're going to keep on moving, man. Let's go ahead and knock this out for you guys, man. So let's go ahead and make that change. We did. We made that change on that one note. Let's see everything ride out. All right, so we got one note right here off, and we're gonna put this one on the downbeat right there. All right, cool deal. Now we got something rolling now. All righty. Now we're gonna go back to the instrument. Let's start looking for a kick. My favorite part. Now I like the bass drum in there. We said we're gonna take that 808. We're gonna put it up like we're gonna put an 808 in there, right? So we're gonna mute that bass line because we have a rhythm established. So that the 808 basically was carrying the rhythm, you know what I'm saying, keeping time of this particular loop. Now that we got a hi-hat in there to replace that time, we can basically hit play and be okay and feel good. Okay, we got an internal clock going on when we hit the hi-hats. It's a low kick right there. Woo. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so yeah, that's a hard hitting kick right there. Let's play this one. Oh, hold on, I had to hit stop. Okay, this is a loop right here. This is the kick loop. All right. All right, so it did this thing. So let's try out this kick loop. Yeah, so hit play. Yeah, I thought it was hitting, but it's weak. It's a weak one right there, man. So let's go ahead and do this one. Oh, that's a nice one. Let's play this one right here. Now, what I like about the Impact XT2, it has a punch button, so it adds transient, adds a little punch to that. It's almost like compressing and transient all mixed into one. So let's try that out. Nah, I like that, but you hear all that extra boom. Yeah, we're gonna take that out. We're gonna keep it real short. Right there. Hear the difference? Yeah, I like that right there, man. So what we're gonna do now? Let me see. That was the kick fat. Let's go ahead and add another kick sound on the next pad over. I like to have a rotation of 2 or 3 kicks in a beat just to give me something to, you know what I'm saying, do that right there. It's almost like a Manny Fresh technique. Yeah, I like that. Do some adjustments. I like that right there. I'm gonna keep that one. I'm gonna go to the next one, and we may have a rotation of 3 kicks. Now this one, I think I'm gonna roll with this one. And what we're gonna do is take some of that fuzziness out of there. All right, so what we're gonna do on this one right here, I'm gonna bring that out just a little bit more. Yeah, you're gonna do that right there. Boom. I don't want to let that right there. All right, cool deal. So we got these 3 kicks. Now we got to find a pattern that complement this loop right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and sit up a little bit and play around with this, and we're gonna go ahead and record this. All right, cool. All right, let's go ahead and we got something. Let's go ahead and record that. All right, so we just came up with something real quick or whatnot. Let's go ahead and it did it again. I had it on loop. It did it again. And the crazy part about it, when you undo, it don't redo, if that makes any sense. But you can bring it back when you undo. That's one of my that's one of my things I do not like about making beats in Studio One. But maybe I need to get my skills up. You feel me? That's all good. It's all good though. Let's go ahead and do that one more time and turn the loop off. Then we're gonna do that. Yeah, right there. All right, here we go. All right, cool deal. So once we got that, we know, and we got everything color coded over here, right? Cool deal. You probably can't see that, but everything is color coded. We know what we need to highlight for as the notes. We're gonna highlight those, and we're gonna go ahead and keep that at an 80% quantizing rate. I'm gonna go ahead and apply that and see if that tightens up the drums. No. All right, cool deal. So I'm noticing some latency issues here, and that may just be with my streaming and interface and everything like that, but we'll go ahead and tighten that up just a tad bit right there. And once more right here. All right, let's go ahead and see what happens. Yeah, let's see what the problem is. Bring that back. Yeah, it's off big time. Yeah, okay, that's it. All right, let's play it back one more time. Put the loop on. All right, I noticed something right here in this section right here, right up in here on the 4th board. Gotcha. The snare was off. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Now we got a choice we want to make. Now we could put an 808 in here, or we could put a bass guitar, or we could bring back that particular bass line, but we're going to do something different. We're going to put an 808 in there, and we want to see how that's going to gel. Now, because of the nature of this song, we're going to go ahead and pull up the heat up, man. You know what I'm saying? I always do my heat up, man, in my tutorials or whatnot. I love it, man. It's my go-to instrument, for real, for real. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up an 808. And we're going to go ahead and, because this, the type of song we got, we're going to go into this expansion called Kush Lab. All right. And basically what we're going to do, we're going to find an 808 that complements, or a bass line that complements this particular track. All right. So just ride with me. Just ride with me. So I gotta find the sound first. So we already know that's coming. So let's go ahead and find that once more. Come on, transposition. Come on, buddy. Transposition is not working on my keyboard right now. Oh, there you go. Gotta go up one more. There it is. All right, cool deal. Let's play that now. Go ahead and turn that track down a little bit. All right, we ready to roll now. All right, we found our key. Cool deal. So this one right here is real. It's an old school bass sounds or whatnot, but I think I found one right here. This one right here really caught my attention. All right, so got that right there. Now, what I like to do is I normally like to make the bass line almost mirror what the original bass line was in these sample folders. So what we're going to do right now. So he started at it. So he did those 3 notes right there. I'm trying to go up. Cool deal. So we're gonna go ahead and roll with that. We're gonna go ahead and record that right now. All right, cool deal. So now we did that. Got the bass established and everything like that. We're going to play that back. Going to move that bass line back right there. Now, something I want to try in this, I want to go ahead and mute these hi-hats because they just may not work right now. Yeah, we're not going to use those hi-hats right there. We're going to go ahead and get some more modern hi-hats. I mean, it's good, but it ain't where I want it to go. You know what I'm saying? I really want it to be more, a little bit more modern, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and let's remember what that Jake 1 Volume 5. All right, cool deal. So what we're going to do is just look. We're going to go into our my folder where I have all kind of drum kits. I have them named my special way. New swag, fresh drums. It's basically all the new shit, man, that actually come out. We're just going to choose something. We just need a fresh 808 up in this batch. All right. So what we're going to do is just find one. All right, close. And we're going to just drag that over. Get a couple of them. As soon as it's hard to. So yeah, that sounds like something I'm looking forward to. Right there. We're gonna go back. Go ahead and get right here. Yeah, there we go. And then we're gonna just find an open hi-hat. Just keep it for shits and giggles. All right, cool deal. So I'm working with the Atom, and it has a note repeat mode on it, and let's get started. Now, y'all notice we have the hi-hats playing, right? Let's go ahead and solo that right quick. We're going to go ahead and bring those volumes down on those particular hi-hats. Bringing the volume down just a little bit right here in the amp section. I'm going to go back to the hi-hats. We'll go ahead. Nice blend. That's what I was doing. I was just basically taking the natural hi-hat sounds and blending it with the more modern sounds. And you kind of give a bigger hi-hat, you know what I'm saying, hi-hat feel, so to speak. So. So you get the deal right there. Let's go ahead and play it out. Unsolo. So I'm trying to figure out which one to sound better, the 16th triplet or the 16th straight. It's gonna be the 16th triplet. Excuse me, the 16th straight. So let's go ahead and record that right quick. Alrighty, cool deal. I hate this doggone function, man. Jesus. All right. So we got to do that all over again because we got the loop mode on. Personas, you got to do a little bit better. I like what you got, but you got to do a little bit better. Let's do it one time. Cool deal. So we just went on ahead, just played something right quick. And since I was on loop repeat function, it should be already in time. Let's hit play. Go ahead, turn the volume down, make some adjustments to the pen. All right, let's go ahead and put the loop on now. There we go. Yeah, sounds good now. All right. Let's go ahead. I think we're gonna roll with that one. That hi-hat. So we're gonna go ahead and pitch that down real quick. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and record that right quick. Make sure we turn off the loop function and let's go. All right, cool deal. So I know I messed up. I ain't gonna lie to you. I played that on the 3rd, and one of them did get played on the 3rd. So let me move that right there. Where is that? And right here, we're going to stretch that one line. Got it. All right, we're going to go ahead and quantize that at 80%. Boom. Should move into place. There it goes. All right, hit play. Turn the volume up a little bit. I actually had it in the right spot. See what I did? Yeah, let me move that back right there. Put that on the 2nd. So I switched it from playing on the 3rd to on the 2nd half of this measure. 2nd. Yeah. Unique. I like that. It's different. All right, cool deal. So we got what we got. We got the bass line and everything like that. All right. Now, this is where I kind of gets like, okay, I'm going to go through and I'm going to, mute what I got and see what I like and I don't like. Now, I don't like this right here. This DX7 right here. I don't like this sound. But I like it. I think the guitars are just throwing me off right here. So yeah, we basically got the drums to that right there. We got an 808 in there. Kind of got like an old 70s vibe to it. All right. All right, cool. All right, that's my audio back. So this bass line. This bass line right here, we're gonna have to do something with that. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and EQ that bad boy. All right, so we're in the EQ section. This is gonna basically use some simple stuff. We're gonna go ahead and personas. I'm gonna choose the channel strip. We're gonna get out that high end. So I brought down the highs all the way. All right, we're gonna cut out all the highs right there and bring it back in. Gonna compress it a little bit. All right, cool deal. Now, in my last tutorial, we talked about, you know, EQing and everything like that, using spectrometers and everything like that. Spectrometer is really kind of like, I like to call it a heat map, but I'm gonna use my preset that I have, Rich Waterfalls. It's the waterfall function on the analysis on this particular spectrometer. You can tell right here on this particular bass sound, we want to make room for the kick. All right, so how you would do that, Rich? Basically solo the drums. Bring back the spectrometer. Go ahead and pin that to the window. Now you notice the drums got a lot of knock going on right here at around about 75 and below. That's where the heavy parts of the drums are. Let's look at our bass. The bass lowest part is about 50. So right here, the medium will be 60 hertz to do kind of like a cutoff on the bass line. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring back that channel strip. We're gonna low cut right at 60 hertz. Now you'll notice we lose the boominess. Yeah, that's okay though. We'll make it up on the low frequency shelving EQ. We notice like our low energy rolls off at around about 248. Yeah, about right there, 260 actually. So what we'll do is we're gonna go ahead and set our low frequency at about 260, and we'll go ahead and do a low shelf boost. And we're gonna go ahead and bypass. So it's not a real big difference because this is the bypass. So it's real nosy, but then we get a little bit more weight by what we did by low cutting at 60 hertz and then making up for the low energy at around 260 hertz, and everything kind of equals out. Get more body this way. Let's see, let's bring it back. So that's what we did. That's bypass. So, I mean, we did a pretty good job or whatnot, right? Wouldn't you say? All right, cool deal. So we're going to go ahead and move the spectrometer out the way right quick there, folks. All right. The next thing we're going to do is go ahead and bring everything back in. Bring back the drums. So once you establish your drums and your bass line, you may want to add some accompaniments. Like I said, man, you know, we really don't need anything with this. And this is kind of like a beginner's course on, you know, saying adding drums and bass lines to stuff that's already given to you, like the loops or whatnot. So once we got that established, we can start mixing. So we like what we got right here. Now, for mixing purposes on Personas, if you wanted to make the drum, the impact, you wanted to, you know, saying work with the individual, let's say, mixing channels for each of these pads. Okay, what you would have to do is basically right click onto the impact MIDI note clip, right? Then you have to go down and let me see if I can get this right. All right, cool deal. We're going to go to instrument parts. And what we want to do is explode pitches. Which one it is? Hold on one second. Render instrument track. So separate, share copies. Hold on a second, y'all. It's right here. It's right there in front of my face. Right here. Let me do this. Yeah, there we go. Apply track names to channels. Collapse all channels. I think this is it right here. Hold on one second, y'all. Hold on one second. I'm having a brain fart now. Whatnot. I think you explode pitches to tracks. There it is. Explode pitches to tracks. And that should relate. So now you got all the MIDI notes on their own separate channels. And likewise, it should have created each individual tracks here, but it didn't. Okay. And that's okay. Let's go back and Control Z. I'm going to find that once more, man. We exploded those, but what we want to do is convert part to pattern. And I forget which one that one is, man. Let's see. I think it's, yeah. We're just gonna do this right here because let's say, for instance, you wanted to go in here and start arranging or whatnot. You have all your parts, you know what I'm saying, basically on its own MIDI track, so to speak. Same instrument, but different MIDI track, okay? That's what it is. All right. All right, cool deal. So now what we wanted to do, if we wanted to do that, I think now you could, okay, yeah. Now we could get into here and go ahead and let's see here. I think there's a way where you can sign in ascending order. Okay. Yeah, there's a way you can take the MIDI channels and whatnot, but I'll say that for later. I think the most important one was just about the arrangement view right here, man. Just kind of like, you know, taking these MIDI clips and putting them on their separate tracks or whatnot. So now that we have that established, we can go ahead and track out. do notice, like when you do have this, if this particular MIDI track is not on the whatever selected instrument you have, it will not sound off on the trigger on the MIDI notes. So keep that in mind right there. All right, cool deal. So what we're gonna do now, man? We got everything we want. We're gonna go ahead and start arranging this out, and so we can get up on out of here, man. So once we have that established, we can just basically hit the D key on your keyboard, and we're gonna go ahead and highlight all of this right here. All right, let's go ahead and highlight all of that good stuff. All right, we're just gonna hit the D button. That's gonna copy everything over. Once we got everything, we'll just put something together real quick for you guys or whatnot. So we got that. Turn off your loop. So let's say we didn't want the kick in the beginning. Cool, not a problem. Go back. So the kicks that I took out, those kicks are gonna go all the way down here. All right, cool deal. So I'm gonna take out that piano. Take out the bass sound right quick. Now we could do this. Now we have that leftover bass sound, right? So we could just bring that back over here. See how that sounds. All right. Unmute that. All right, cool deal. So once we got that established, we got a little break right here. All right, cool deal. So yeah, I like that right there. We're gonna drop out all the hi-hats. Bass in this line right there. Just something simple like that, you know what I'm saying? So we may keep that bass line we added in for the hook, and then for the verses, we'll keep this OG bass line, I like to call it. All right, let's go ahead and drag that right there in place. Let's see the difference. Switch over to the old regular bass line. Yeah, I like that. All right, gonna go ahead and set up the play for the drums. We're missing one little spot right here for the little keyboard. Let's play it back from the drum break. Now, don't forget, now we got a second part right here. So after this hook, we're going to see what this one is all about. Breakdown. So that guitar sound like it's off, and I really don't even like it. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and delete that out of there and see what else we got. Yeah. So it's a little funky. Yeah, so we don't like that. I don't know. I guess you can keep this one right here. This one really kind of like. Okay. See how that sounds. With the hi-hat. Yeah, it don't sound good right now. So yeah, you just go ahead and take that shit out. All right, but you know what I'm saying? Hey, it was worth the shot, or whatnot. So I mean, basically what we got right now is just the skeleton, you know what I'm saying? It's just something that you can do if you're new to making beats, especially in Studio One, and you want to be a sample-based producer and everything like that. This is basically how you would do it. You know, you can add parts in there. You can take out parts. If you don't want to use anything but one loop, you can. That's basically what we did in this particular tutorial, man. Right under 2 hours is what I thought. I wanted to get in there and show you guys some stuff about mixing and really getting dirty in here, but this was well-deserved, well-thought-out tutorial, man, for you guys, and you really got to see, you know what I'm saying, really kind of like a breakdown on how you would just basically take a loop and go the hard way and trying to sync it in Persona Studio One. That kind of took up a lot of time, man. But what we'll do is we'll come back on Wednesday and add the finisher touches on this. I'll go ahead and arrange this out for you guys. And this is just kind of like, I don't know. I'm not going to do anything with this damn beat or whatnot. It's just really for tutorial purposes or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? We're going to use this, and we're going to use this as a mixing tool. And I'm going to show you some real cool shit from all plugins. We're going to mix all plugins with Kush Audio. So go out there, do your homework, check out Kush Audio plugins. I'm going to use all Kush Audio plugins with this because it matches the lo-fi vibe, that chill vibe, that 70s vibe or whatnot. That's what the Kush plugins do for this type of music and this genre, this sound or whatnot. So real low key and everything like that, man. So I'm gonna let you guys check it out one more time, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, and I'm gonna say my goodbye, shout outs, and everything like that. That's the hook right there. Gonna go into the verse. Nothing's not mixed, so we definitely gonna mix those kicks. Gonna put a break right there when I arrange it out. Break the piano right here. Yeah, I should have broken it right there. Let's go ahead and do that one more time. Yeah. I don't know. Once we mix these drums, this thing may jam. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, I like that right there, man. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in loop mode and turn this down and you know what I'm saying, have you guys go ahead and we're gonna do some shout outs and everything like that. So what you'll do is we'll throw it in loop mode. Now this is the advanced part right here. We'll take all of our tracks, right, man. We're gonna take all of our tracks and we're gonna go ahead and move those to the master track output, and we're gonna bust them to the sub mix or whatnot, except for my track that I'm talking on. Okay. All right, cool deal. So what we're gonna do is do that one. All right here. We're gonna go to the sub mix. Bam. And this track right here is gonna go to the drums, and everything else is going to go to hold on one second, y'all. I'm gonna bust those to the all other instrument bus. So I got the drums going to this on drum bus, and the other instruments going to its bus channel as well. And check it out. All right, cool deal. That's because the sound low now because my sub mix is on -12, so we can turn that bad boy up. Yeah, right there. Cool deal. So while that's playing right there, man, you know what I'm saying, I just want to say thank you everyone for tuning in, dropping in, checking out what I got going on. If you like what's going on in the video, man, feel free to drop a donation on my about to section on my account, my profile or whatnot. I have a donate button right there. Go take you to PayPal and donate $1 or $2, you know what I'm saying? Go $3, $5, or whatever your generosity brings you, man. Bring it in right here. My channel is designed to be a teaching tool, not a show off tool. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I show you guys how to bring in the audio sample into Personas 1, going the long way. We could have used any other type of sampler to kind of like, you know, adjust to the tempo and everything like that. But what we did was we brought in the audio sample, set the session tempo number 1, set the audio clips. Each audio clip has to be set to the session tempo in order for everything to be adjusted to an overall tempo. It's ass backwards. It's easier in Ableton and other DAWs, but Studio One, they need to tighten it up a little bit, man. But we got a beat done and everything like that. I just wanted to show you guys, if you were bringing in a sample out of your folder, how it will work in Studio One, okay? We just threw some bullshit ass drums on top of that and a bass line, and we're gonna call it a day. So next Wednesday, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're gonna go ahead and mix this beat down using strictly Kush audio plugins. You're gonna be in for a treat, because if you never heard of this company before, they got some awesome stuff for all my Kush lovers. Nah, I'm just saying though, it's a real company, Kush Audio and whatnot. They make some great plugins, and they're all kind of like lo-fi, so you really get, they bring a lot of grit and dirt to your sound and whatnot. So we're gonna mix those strictly, that Kush Audio and stock plugins. That's the only thing we're gonna use, man. We're gonna really bring this beat out. And the drums, they sound weak and they sound like they're there, but they're not there. But trust me, when I mix them, it'll sound like a whole totally beat, man. So I just appreciate everyone ride with me. My one viewer, I think I know who that is, man. I appreciate you, man, for riding with me or whatnot. And it's everything like that. Go ahead and follow me on twitch.tv/jcsproductionz. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And like I said, man, follow me on Instagram at Supa Mario_producer. Follow my podcast, onthebeat.podcast, man. Go on Instagram, follow onthebeat.podcast. If you want to be a guest on the podcast, feel free to email us at onthebeat.podcast@gmail.com. Again, onthebeat.podcast@gmail.com, man. You know what I'm saying? We definitely going to take care of you right there, man. This has been your boy, Supa Mario, man. We're riding out. I'm going to let this beat play out because it's in the halfway point. Appreciate the support, man. Much love. Stay safe out there. We out, people. See y'all later. Wednesday, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time.